Hello everyone, JRR here, and we're going to cover Ghostbusters 2016. Yeah, that thing. So, before I get into it, let me make a note. As of this video, I have not seen the movie. Period. So this isn't a movie review of anything. I haven't seen it. I'm going based solely off of the advertisements I've seen from the TV, the two that they brought on over here on the internet, and the song, and then the marketing afterwards, within it. So you'll see where I'm coming from with this information. Okay? So let's start from the basics. The first commercial came out, the first advertisement for Ghostbusters 2016 came out on YouTube and whatnot, and people watched it and there was a high backlash. People didn't like it. I didn't have a feeling one way or another. I just couldn't place it. There was something wrong. I couldn't place it. And the more I thought about it, the more I kind of realized one scene set it off on me. The scene where they're standing in front of Ecto 1. Why is Ecto 1? I thought, whatever. I'll go over that later. They're standing in front of Ecto 1, or off to the side actually. Whatever. They're standing by Ecto 1, and two of them say, "Let's go." And then they start having that little playful argument. Oh, you want to say it? Okay, next time you say it. That kind of thing. This kind of set me off because it's not set me off as a bad thing. It just kind of set me off as, I think I see a problem. I think I see where the actual problem is, besides the fancy effects and whatever. These four actresses, they probably do very well solo. I've heard people who like their stuff individually. But as a group, either it's the writing that's weak, or they're not able to rally or muster the kind of camaraderie that the original cast had. Let me break it down this way, because maybe I'm saying this wrong. I don't know how groups of girls get along. I went to basic military training, BMT, and during that time, while I'm in training, guys got together quickly. We became a unit quickly. And then over time, it starts to degrade. People do things that piss you off, and things like that start building up. Meanwhile, we're informed that the girl side starts out in disarray. It starts completely, but it gets stronger as time progresses. It goes the total opposite of what guys do. That said, when you see the original Ghostbusters movie, you can tell a couple of them. How can I word this? Peter is with them, with Ray and Egon. He's with them, but he's like their sarcastic asshole. You know what I mean? If it's just them talking, they're fine. But when Peter's there, it's like, he's going to throw something into this that we don't want to hear. But again, it's that one friend that's that sarcastic asshole. But as time progressed, they got used to him. Well, they got more used to him, I should say. But they were all still friends. You get what I'm saying with that. The first three, they were still friends. This one doesn't feel like that. This one just feels like, I'm supposed to be friendly with you. Or this is a business proposition, let's just roll with it. So, on one side, you have the feeling of a business proposition, and on the other side, it's a couple of friends with their other friend in a situation where they are pretty much pushing an offense. They got to do something because, well, they got kicked out of university if you don't know the story about Ghostbusters by now, me explaining it ain't going to help you. Well, at least the original said. But nevertheless, they got together and they learned to work together as best they can because they are in dire straits. It's doomsday to them. They done goofed. It's doomsday. These three don't even feel like there's anything of an actual threat. I don't know. Maybe I haven't seen the movie, so I don't know. I don't even know what gets them into it. Maybe they just found something and they're like, oh, this is awesome, and they go. I don't know. But it doesn't have the same feeling as a group that pretty much was doomed, but they pulled themselves out of it. That said, that set off my warning that this could be more likely a propaganda piece. It didn't say it was, it just, yeah. And the reason I bring up the whole interaction between the original three, not the four, just the three, is because in the original Ghostbusters, they acted closer to friends. Maybe, again, I'm a guy, maybe it's just how guys are. I knew people who were like the highly intellectual motherfucker. I knew the person who worried about everything. I knew the sarcastic asshole. I knew these people. I understood that. In the newer one, it just seemed, okay, here's a sheet of paper. This is your role. You are to be the smartass. Here you go. Go ahead and take that paper. Go over there in that line. You're to be the smartass. We're going to give you, I guess, 2 guns, and we're going to try to make you more of a Raphael character, just-ish. So just be prepared to be a smartass as quick as possible. Keep on it. Have the wit, have the comedy, okay? Good. Now we need the intellectual. Which one of you will be the intellectual today? Okay, I'm going to say it's you, lady. You're going to be the intellectual because you seem like you would be an intellectual. If possible, we're going to make you the best of your field, and you will be the intellectual character. I don't care if you don't want to be the intellectual character. You are the intellectual character. You must be the one that says all this weird kung fu stuff. You must be the one that has the whole analysis broken down. You will be the one that says this. Merry Christmas to you. Okay, who's left? Oh, we got the Worrywart, the one who's supposed to be like the central person, the person who understands things. That's going to have to be you. Sorry. You're going to have to suck it up. You're going to have the ghosts bother you. You're going to be the one that the ghosts go after. You're going to be the one that they notice, okay? You're going to be the one that they're going to possess and or have fun with. Either way. In the original one, it was Ray. And they had fun with Ray. They had fun with Ray. Yay, Ray. Anyway. And that was a sub note I brought up when I initially heard they were redoing the Ghostbusters. I was like, they can't even touch that joke. They're not even going to try to touch that joke. They're not going to do it. They're not going to do it. I already know they're not going to do it. So they're already going to hamper themselves. That said, here we go. Who's the 4th person? The 4th person will be your the common man trope. They will know the common sense stuff. They will know more of the intricacies of the common person. They will be where the audience will understand more from. This person will be the one that translates the big, high technical stuff to something basic. They are that person. So why's it gotta be a loud black woman? Just roll with it, okay? I know you're trying to break stereotypes, but we're stereotyping. Sorry. Just go with it. And of course, people are throwing a fit. Oh, well, the black woman's not a scientist. Neither was Ernie. You know what I mean? He wasn't a scientist in the character role either. He was just a guy off the street looking for a job. So that didn't bother me. I was just like, meh. No harm, no foul there. Person looking for a job. Okay. Again, supposed to represent the common man, the common person, whatever. Now, the only reason why I brought up the whole thing about friendship and camaraderie and all that happy stuff is because you can see it in the commercial. It doesn't seem to be there. It doesn't seem to be there. It just doesn't. And if that is lacking, the whole shebang is going to be lacking. The whole movie is going to be lacking because you don't have camaraderie with your 4 leads. Even your quote, main 3 don't have camaraderie. How are you expecting the 4th person to have camaraderie with them? It doesn't work. Something's wrong with that. By itself, by default. I would think you organics would know this, but here I am. It's sad that I'm the one that has to say this. Now, a lot of people notice different things. That's the first thing I noticed. The camaraderie, first advertisement, wasn't there. It just wasn't there. I didn't see it. It felt flat. It felt bad. Didn't feel like actual camaraderie. Now, of course, the second advertisement came out. I kind of chuckled when the black woman jumped into the mosh pit and everyone moved. Again, I love the mosh pit joke where one person can jump in and get body surfed, and the other one goes for the surf and none of that. Shame on you. Now, of course, they turned it into a race thing with a small jab, but whatever. That's the only thing that made me chuckle was the fact she went through the whole wave and hit the bottom. Whoops. But then again, I'm that kind of evil asshole. I find that kind of stuff funny. Moving along. In the second one, that was the only thing that got my attention. It seemed more like they were trying to go, like, scene for scene with the original Ghostbusters, and then they're going to add some other stuff to make it their own. And at first I thought, fine. But then one part of the advertisement got my attention. And I don't know if it was one on the TV or if it was the first advertisement or what. But I remember hearing or seeing the little card that came up and said, years ago, 4 scientists dared to go against ghosts or some crap like that. Pretty much, it's happened before, and now it's happening again the exact same way. Are you, what? No, stop. If you're saying that the first 4 exist in this universe, why are you reinventing the wheel? You're wasting energy here. It doesn't make sense. If it's supposed to be a different part of the states or something, okay, maybe it has a point because they don't have the same access and whatever. But if it happens to be New York, where the first set of movies happened, and the first 4 Ghostbusters were a thing, so that means the first 2 movies were a thing, and if they were a thing, why are the new ones having to redo everything? So why is Ecto 1 now a hearse? Wouldn't they just call it Ecto or the Ecto or something? Why would they call it the exact same thing as the other group? Why? Why would you reinvent the proton packs? Why would you call? Why would? But if the originals existed at this point in time, then why are you reinventing the wheel? In so many words. You would augment technology to be more compatible and more useful. You wouldn't create brand new shit to do the exact same thing. That's pointless. It's a waste of energy. I don't get that. Again, I haven't seen it. Maybe there's an actual good explanation for it. I don't know. Then, of course, the TV advertisements didn't help anything. It showed the evil Stay Puft Nightmare Version Mode 2.0, half barbecued faced. Yeah. And then it saw it fall. And then the next scene was it falling down onto the women as a balloon, which confused me to holy hell and back. One, why is he a fucking balloon? It was literally manifested because Ray thought it. Did they just not pay attention to that part of the scene? Choose a traveler. I didn't choose anything. Did you choose anything? No, I didn't choose anything. You didn't know. Ray. I couldn't help it. I thought the one thing that could never possibly hurt us. The Stay Puft Marshmallow Man. He literally thought of the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man, and that became the thing. Why is it a balloon now? Why is it a balloon float? And where were they shooting it? I don't know where they shot it. I know they fired on it. They turned on the proton packs. They fired in the general direction of the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man, and all of a sudden he fell down. Did he just have a heart attack? Oh crap, they shot me. I don't know. But, with all that said, and the fact that they didn't show the actual hit, tells me there's a problem. And then we talk about the marketing side. Oh Lord, where to begin with this? Where do I begin with this? I'm trying to think of the best way to sum this shit up. Sony, the new cast, the director, all pretty much said if you don't like the trailers and you don't like the movie, you're sexist. Well, if this is the direction you're taking, that tells me, full stop, 100%, that this is going to be a propaganda piece. Thanks for the heads up. When everybody has exact same mentality and line and thought process, and that's their excuse the entire way, if you don't like it, you're a single person who isn't even married, who never get laid, and yada yada yada. Oh Lord, you're not literally saying this right now. You are not really out there saying this right now. Oh, you are. Well, now I know for certain this is a propaganda piece. Again, thanks for the heads up. It only confirmed the bells and whistles that were going off in my head going, hey, something's wrong with this. This is why it feels flat. We now know it fell flat because it's a propaganda piece. And unfortunately, as a propaganda piece, people noticed. Now, some people just said they didn't like the way it looked. They didn't like. I mean, James Rolfe, the video game nerd, angry video game nerd, had a whole diatribe. Is that the right word? Whatever. He had a whole thing about everything wrong that he saw with just the first advertisement. That's why he wasn't going to see it. Fine. I'm cool. I'm with that. And they went after him saying he's sexist, even though that was nowhere near one of the excuses he used that he wasn't going to see it. So that, again, bells and whistles ringing. It's like, hey, this motherfucker, they're pushing an agenda, so that means their movie is a propaganda piece because it's going to be pushing an agenda. So I fear. I haven't seen the movie yet, but I'm going to probably tell you how it's going to go down. Work with me on this. Knowing that this is a propaganda piece, and I'm going to pull from the sources of white feminism, not just the whole third wave feminism or the colored side of feminism, because that's a thing. So, pulling from only the white side of feminism, or white feminism as it's been called, all the big, good lines will go to the main three. Fine. The black woman will most likely be a punchline or be giving out punches. Fine. She's going to be a caricature of the loud black woman. Not to be surprised there. Let's see, what else? Of course, we already know the three women were scientists, so that means they're going to be the smart ones the entire time, so they're going to hire a secretary who's going to be a complete dumbass. Though he'll probably be funny as hell. It's Chris Hemsworth. He's probably going to be funny as hell. He's going to manage. He's going to find a way. Bless his heart, he's going to find a way. But of course, the secretary is going to be a white guy. Because, you know, powerful women. Let's see. Every guy is going to be a dick. Or an asshole. Or a jerk. Pretty much there will be no likable male characters in the movie. Short of Chris Hemsworth. And even then that's going to be iffy because he's going to be played up as an idiot. So, let's see. What else? White feminism. Let's think. White feminism. Oh, they will always be right, no matter what. Their plan of action, always the right plan of action. Doesn't matter. Always the right plan of action. That's going to be a given. Let's see what else. Come on, think. White feminism. Ooh! They're going to want to do a cock shot. That's going to happen. That's going to be a thing. I can put money on that. That's going to be a thing. They're going to hit someone in the dick. Somehow, some way. They're going to either punch it, kick it, shoot it, blast it, trap it. I don't know how, but they're going to do it. They're going to hit the dick. They're going to go for the dick. They're going to aim for the crotch. They're going to go for the crotch shot. They're going to pull Deadpool. They're going to be like, Daddy? Whee! Shit went sideways. They're going to go for that. They're going to go for the crotch shot. It's going to happen. You know, they emasculate. Let's see what else. There's got to be something else. There's something else I'm missing. Oh, wait. They're going to call certain people basement-dwelling, pretty much nerf herders, to take a Star Wars term. But pretty much nerds. Nerds are going to be looked at as a bad thing. So that's going to be a thing. Let's see what else. Come on. Oh, the leading three will be cartoonish, most likely. Like I said, they're just going to get a paper. This is your role. This is what you do. Okay. So that's going to be a thing. Let's see, what else? Come on. It's white feminism. It's an echo chamber. Come on. Wait, if I swilled the Kool-Aid, I would know this a lot faster. Let's see, what else? No, that's pretty much it. Cover the crotch shot. Cover all men are bad and useless and stupid, so that's going to be in there. Cover the caricature thing, so that's covered. And because it's white feminism, the black girl is going to be hit with a lot of the stereotypes. She's going to be the loud black woman. She's going to be heavily religious. She's going to be slapping people when they get possessed. Well, it showed in an advertisement that she slapped one of the teammates who got possessed. It'll be a shock if they don't have Chris Hemsworth do the fucking dishes. It'll be a miracle. Let's see, what else? What else can I ascertain from the white feminism side? Oh, Hemsworth would be a bad guy. That's a given. You know, like in the first original Ghostbusters movie, how Janine was actually out of immediate danger. Yeah, no, Chris Hemsworth was going to actually get caught up in this and be a bad guy most likely for a while. So don't be shocked when that happens. actually, Chris Hemsworth will be the bad guy. But because he's such a good-looking guy, they're not going to crotch shot him. He will be protected from getting hit in the dick. So it'll probably be the mayor, a cop, depending on who's doing the shot. The mayor, a cop, the event organizer for the concert. Hell, I'll dare say even Stay Puft Marshmallow Man who's up on the block. Because he's a Stay Puft Marshmallow Man. Big white man. They're going to shoot him in the dick, most likely. But watch. They're going to shoot him in the dick. I'm going to call it here. They're going to shoot him in the fucking dick. They're going to shoot him in the dick. The biggest white man they got. Shoot him in the dick. Let's see. What else? What else for white feminism? What else? Come on. I know some of y'all either swill the Kool-Aid or whatnot. Or know about the Kool-Aid and they know... Ooh! Will they bring up rape culture and the wage gap? I need to know this one. If anyone has seen this movie already, let me know if they brought up the wage gap and the rape culture. This is their big two pushing points. I wonder if they're going to put it in their propaganda piece. I'm wondering. See, now that's the only thing I want to know. I know it's a propaganda piece. Are they going to take the two biggest things about their whole marching orders? Are they going to take those and actually put this in this movie? I don't know why that makes me excited to know. I mean, I think that's like the final driving point to say it is a propaganda piece. Because they avoid putting those two elements in, but they keep everything else, then it is still a propaganda piece. But for some reason, they let their two primary points drop off. Huh. Weird. I'm going to end it here because, like I said, these are just rambling thoughts. So, like I said, I haven't seen the movie yet. I don't know if I'm going to watch the movie or not. I'm literally flipping coins and yeah. But yeah, this is Double R, and I'm out. And I need to see if I can find some of the talking points where they did interviews. Because I want to see if the original cast got to see some of these clips. And if they're actually able to hold their enthusiasm for it, or if they actually kind of showed. I mean, they're actors, and they're good actors. They can probably hide it. But I gotta see if I can find some of these. Alright, Double R, I'm out. I'm going to be looking for those clips to see if there was advertisements and whatnot where the original cast got to watch some of the clips. And yeah, I'm just interested in knowing how they... I wonder if they actually show the reaction or if they try to cover it up.